How to get funding to start a business. Exciting search. I can definitely help you out with this. My name's Brando, and over the last 3 years, I've started online businesses and offline businesses. And the first thing I can tell you is, if you're actually serious and you want to learn how to get funding so you can start a business, you got to understand that there's a process, all right? And typically, the only route to take when it comes to getting funding to start a business is grants. And you could go get a loan, but then you got to pay it back. And grants, you're not expected to pay them back. And it's something a lot of people go for, all right, because they don't want to get into a loan, which I wouldn't suggest that you do either. But you got to understand that it can take a very long time. You got to be able to apply for a grant that can take a long time because you got to be eligible for it. So you have to have a good business idea, and then you got to be aware of how much it's going to cost, what the equipment you're going to need, and the overhead that's going to be associated with starting a small business. And you got to keep all these things in mind, and that can take anywhere from 6 months to 12 months to get a response back from all the applicants. Depending on your location, it's going to vary, but from all the applicants who are applying to get grants. And that's really the only way you can get funding, unless you have some rich friends and relatives. But I advise you, instead of strapping that ball and chain to your leg and playing that waiting game, and waiting and waiting and waiting until you get a response, on whether or not you can actually get a grant, the best advice I could give you is, if you're looking to start a business for leverage, flexibility, is to look at the internet. You can get started for a relatively low cost, and when you know what you're doing, you can create a very lucrative income in a very short period of time. And it's not to guarantee you anything, but this is what I transitioned over to after building traditional brick and mortar business for a couple of years. And it wasn't up until 12 months ago when I found someone on the internet who was getting the results that I wanted, living the kind of lifestyle that I wanted, without the overhead of a traditional small business, without dealing with employees or even products, all right? And because of that, I started to model and copy what they were doing. It took me 2 weeks to create a full-time income working part-time, really crazy stuff. And those are just my results, not to guarantee you the same. I don't know what you're capable of, but if you're following me here, I can show you how to do that. I can show you what I've done in the last 12 months, the business model I'm using on the internet. And if you're interested, if you've got a good work ethic, because this did require work, all right? I'm not going to tell you that it didn't. If you've got a good work ethic, you're willing to learn a few simple things, all right? If you're that person watching this who's hungry, looking for a change, wanting a change, check out my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll drop a link down below. There'll be a 4-minute video going through the nuts and bolts when you get there on how to do this to get the results that you want. And my friend, I appreciate you for coming by and checking out this video. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I put it together for you, and take care.